Let's go! Hey guys, DC19 for your gaming tech, and here we are with week one with Wii U. So what it is really quick, if you missed a segment of me explaining what this type of video is, what I'm going to be doing is from today, basically a 3-week segment, after 18th all the way up to today, on next 7 days, and then the next week after that, which is basically week to week of the Wii U. So it's going to be 3 weeks and then a final verdict of what I think about the system after that. I can't really give you a full review within a week. I don't really know how anyone can. This is just my personal feeling on it. It's a next generation system. It's not an actual game. A game you can rate, but a system that has functionalities, online features, playing multiple different games, something that's going to last you the next 5 to 10 years. I can't give you a review within a week. I have to give you a full-on, hands-on, continuous gameplay of the system itself, going through every feature and functionality of it. See what I'm saying? So there's going to be 3 of them. This is the first one. This is week 1, and I'm your host, Darkcloud1983, and let's get started. So everyone knows I got the Wii U. I got the premium edition. I camped out outside for about 2 hours before the store opened at Best Buy. Got the black premium edition. It's 32 gig. Also have a Western Digital 750 Western Digital Password 750 gig hard drive, USB hard drive that I have. Well, I'll explain all that later. What I picked up with the system is obviously I got Nintendo Land. It came with the system. Zombie U. We'll do a review on that pretty soon, actually within the next day or so. Got Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and Amazon finally sent me my copy of Assassin's Creed 3. Got a Pro Controller and my Nintendo, my Pro Controller, my Wii U gamepad. So, as you all know, I got the system. Got the system. I ran home as fast as I could. Well, I drove home. Got in the house, did the unboxing. If you guys haven't seen the video, will be in the response section below, so check it out. After I unboxed the system, plugged it in like anyone else would. Right out the back, I set up the wireless, so started doing the updates. The updates took about 30 minutes or so. Up to 30-40 minutes. Some people are experiencing longer uploads, and they don't have slow connections. Like 7th level, I believe he had almost up to 7 to 8 hours of this thing uploading, and he doesn't have slow connection. So I don't know what it is. Maybe the servers were overloaded at the time. But after that, also I've been hearing that the update has been breaking systems, and if you turn off the system within the middle of the update, your system is bricked. So if you're buying a Wii U, definitely be careful of that. Make sure you have a standard connection. If you don't have Wi-Fi, go to a friend's house and finish it there, because if you turn it off, it's going to be screwed. And also Forbes was talking about that it was messing up some systems after the update, which I don't know if that was the reason, or maybe my system was just a fail at the beginning. If you didn't know, once I unboxed it, if you didn't see in the comment section of the unboxing, my Wii U stopped working after the update. I don't actually think it worked at that point. What happens is, after the update was done, I noticed that on the gamepad where you show your little icon what game is playing, it said invalid disk. So I took that out, took out Zombie U, put on Nintendo Land, same thing. Turn off the system, turn it back on, same thing, invalid disk. So I turned on the system, went to the Wii menu, put in a Wii game, Xenoblade, tried Xenoblade didn't work. Same thing, invalid disk. Tried a different game, invalid disk. The only thing that would work was games that I had downloaded. So, didn't work. So I called up Nintendo, I spoke to Nintendo, I spoke to the lady was like, oh, I don't know what's happening, I've never heard that before, but she sighed before that, so I obviously think that there was tons of people calling about this issue. So after a few minutes of talking to her, she finally told me about 3 weeks I would have to wait to get the system back. I said, screw that. I said, I'm not doing this. The hell with that. Then you send me a refurbished unit after I just bought the system less than an hour ago. So, call up Best Buy. Call Best Buy. Best Buy, hey, do you guys have any more Wii U's? I was a reservee. I stood outside for a few hours. My system doesn't work. No, we're all sold out, and the only thing we have is pre-order for other people. Well, I have the reserve. The system doesn't work. Well, did you buy the premium? Did you buy the warranty, the replacement warranty? Yeah, I bought the replacement warranty. Well, you can bring the system in. We'll hold it for you in the back. And when a new shipment comes in, which is another week from now, we'll call you. Damn it, I'm upset. Call up another Best Buy. Didn't work. Call up a Walmart. Didn't work. Called up Called up Target, no one had any. I called up at least 10 or 15 Best Buys. Every single Best Buy was sold out. GameStop was sold out. Don't even call GameStop. I called up a Walmart, they only had white. Didn't want the white version. Called up a Target, they only had one white. So I said, screw it. So I sat down for a few hours, turning on the system on and off, and I was just upset. I was just swapping discs left and right. I just couldn't believe that $350 and it didn't work. And so what happened after that is I called up Nintendo again because I was just going to say, screw it, just send me another system. Then I thought to myself, nah, screw it. But anyways, I called Nintendo, spoke to a guy. He was like, hey, I told him what the issue was. He said, guess what? You're going to be happy today. I said, really, why's that? So he tells me to unplug the system from the wall, then unplug it from the back of the system, leave it unplugged for about 2 or 3 minutes. Spoke to him for a little while within that time, told him about my, you know, owning stock and all that other stuff. And actually, they're going to send me some cool stuff over that. We'll show that in some videos later. So that's actually pretty kudos for that. So anyhow, finally plugged the system in, worked, awesome. Got off the phone with the guy, popped in a disc. After you pop in a disc in the system takes about 5 to 10, actually about 10 to 15 minutes to install an update per disc. So once you install it per disc, the actual system gives you the choice of starting the software without finishing the update. Hit the start the software on Zombie U, started playing for about an hour, got out to go play around with the menu for a little while, went back in, my save file was gone after the update. I said, what the hell? I was upset. Didn't die at all. Hour straight in. Went to the bunker and all that. So, took that out, put Nintendo Land in, tried that. Crazy. Didn't work. I mean, it worked, but I had to do another 15 minutes update. So from that point on, anytime a game I put into the system, I make sure I do the update. I'm not sure if it was a glitch with Zombie U, but I just don't want to experience it again, so I'm not going to try that. Also, I played Nintendo Land. Played Zombie U. There's going to be a review for Zombie U. Nintendo Land. I have to say about Nintendo Land. It's an amazing game for people that you live with. Like my kids, my wife, my grandmother, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my brother-in-law, and sister-in-law, and my other brother-in-law. We all came over and we were playing it for hours, about 3 to 4 hours straight. Didn't stop. And I couldn't believe I was having so much fun actually playing that. Didn't play it by myself. Tried it for a little while. I just couldn't do it. But played it with my family. It was amazing fun playing the Zelda game, playing Luigi's Mansion, the little ghost you gotta capture everybody, playing the Metroid game, playing the Pikmin game, which was pretty fun as well too. So I have to say that was pretty fun, pretty dope. Now onto the system itself. The controller is a great controller. I'll speak a little bit more on that really quick. But I played Zombie U for a while. It was awesome. One of the things I know is playing with Zombie U, games that use the display, bottom display a lot, same thing with Nintendo Land, burns the hell out of the battery life. You can change the settings of the display to on the actual Pro Controller to battery saver, power saver mode, which dims the display and turns off the display if the display is not being used. That's cool and all, but if you're playing a game like Zombie U or any game that uses a display a lot, it's not going to turn it off. It's just going to keep screaming on and off. And the battery life on this thing blows. It sucks big donkey dunk. I have to say, you know what I'm saying? It just sucks bad. So, after a while, oh yeah, really quick. Netflix, which was another thing with the controller. With Netflix with the controller, once you're using Netflix, you cannot navigate Netflix with this. You can't navigate Netflix with your Wiimote. You have to do it through the actual Pro Controller. It's to the point now that I've actually moved my charge dock over to by my couch and have it sit on the little night table, because while you're using Netflix, this stays on all the time while you're watching a movie and all that stuff. So it doesn't show up. Even though it's not using, it's just burning light and it dies within about 2.5 hours. So when you're ready to start playing a game, your controller is dead. And if you're playing a game like Zombie U, you can't use a Pro Controller. So that's a gripe right there. That's something that needs to be fixed. Being able to turn off the display while on Netflix, which the power saver mode actually works with that. But what I did was when I turned back on the power saver controller, the display, it shut the system off. So again, I don't know if this is happening with everybody, but it happened with me. But going into Call of Duty really quick. Call of Duty for the Wii U isn't it's awesome. Actually, the better looking version in my eyes. I haven't ran into any frame rate issues. Only issues I've ran into was online issues. The online issue I ran into was every now and then. I don't know if it may be my internet connection, but I have 50 megabits fiber optic, and I would just start skipping for no reason, just like, you know, like ghosting. So I don't know if that was the system itself, but it did that to me a few times. It's not doing it anymore, but it's done. It stopped doing that. So I'm not sure. One thing I will say is the controls for Call of Duty on the Wii U is a massive learning curve. It is not a simple pick up and go. You're not going to get in 30 minutes. It is a learning curve. And one of the issues that I have is the button placements. Your X button is to jump, your Y button is to crunch, your B button all the way from here down here, you have to press the reload. And if you're playing zombie mode, you have to hold the B button in order to you know what I mean, repair the barricade. So if you're trying to repair the barricade, you got to hold down here. You can't really reach up here to turn around while zombies are coming behind you, because you know you can still actually repair the board while you're looking around to shoot anything if it's come behind you, so you can build up points. So you kind of have to, like, while you're doing it, press here and turn around, then shoot. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of an awkward thing with the controller to do. And then when you try here, it's almost the same thing. It's just not close enough. So even on the Pro Controller, it's the same thing. The Pro Controller also as well, because the buttons are so far away in like a different type of area, it's also still an issue reaching down to the directional pad to switch. You kind of end up having to do this switch between what do you call it, strikes and stuff like that, and it just becomes a problem. You know what I'm saying? So that it's a learning curve there again with that. It's not an easy learning curve. Then because you're trying to reach up here to throw a grenade or a flash grenade, you have to end up doing this to shoot at times, and you don't have a perfect aim using this to shoot. And because this is a little off for me, I end up going into scope mode, not paying attention because I'm trying to turn and all that other stuff. So it becomes an issue again there. One of the awesome things about this is, while you're in the middle of a game, I have to say, instead of using my tablet, my phone, or my laptop, I end up running to home a lot and using the actual browser. The browser on this thing is amazing. I'd have to say best HTML5 on anything connected to a console. Better than the Xbox 360, better than the PS3, better than the Vita, definitely better than the 3DS. God, better than the 3DS. But this thing is amazing. There's no pinch to zoom or anything like that, but it's an amazing browser. HTML5 works on this like a charm. And for those out there, yes, it does work with porn sites. Sorry. Another thing is, this thing picks up smudges like crack. I ended up having to buy a microfiber cloth to keep cleaning this thing all the time, because I don't like so much smudges, but it gets smudgy really fast. The eShop is actually pretty dope. Switching over really quick, the eShop is pretty amazing. I can't really say anything about Assassin's Creed if someone's gonna ask. I haven't played it yet. It's still in the seal. You know, I'm a dad and all that other stuff. Well, while I'm here. Don't have my blade with me. There we go. Boom. There's the disc. Let's turn it up. There's a disc. There's a booklet or whatever, a postcard. That's what that looks like, a cheesy postcard. God. One of the things that I do notice on the back of the Wii U games, it doesn't tell you what the display is. It doesn't tell you 1080p or anything like that. It doesn't tell you 720 or anything like that. It doesn't tell you. The only thing it tells you is what controls can be used on it. Use online, leaderboard, and Nintendo Network. And that's it. But as for Nintendo Network and the Miiverse, the Miiverse is pretty cool. Navigating through Miiverse is pretty awesome. You do get little quotes. Certain things you want to know about a game that's out right now, you can post in the Miiverse community and in that section. Say, hey, what do people think about this game? It's actually getting it from the gamer's mouth. They actually tell you what's awesome about the game. You have some people being real with you saying, I don't like it, these are the reasons why I don't. They even show little screenshots to show you things that they don't like about the game. So that is perfect for actual gamers. Probably one of the best ways to communicate through an actual gamer server, you know what I'm saying? For the game itself, not just multiple games, just for that game alone. That feature, that game alone. So, other than it being a smudge thing, I actually use video chat. Video chat was pretty dope. I talked to Bart Power Tycoon. I spoke to a few other friends. I won't say any names, but it works seamlessly. You do end up using the little scribble thing on with the video chat. Awesome, seamless. It picks up as if it's recording in 720p or something like that, and it's. Even if you're in like terrible connection, it still picks up and streams perfect. There's no ghosting, there's no gibber, there's no like, you know, like weird like frame rate or anything like that. It picks up pretty awesome. The noting on it is pretty cool. Like if you're cheating on your girl or if you don't want someone to see something, you're talking to a chick, you can just write a little message really quick. Hey, put your titty away. You know, mom's coming by. You know, but sorry, sweating. That light's killing me. But the online for games work awesome. The only online I played so far is Call of Duty. Playing zombies is pretty cool. Also, there's going to be tons of gameplay. The eShop is pretty dope. The eShop is missing demos. You can't download Call of Duty. There's no add-on for Call of Duty right now. Other than the controller, the battery life of the Pro Controller is dope. I'd say it says on the back about 80 hours or so from what I'm hearing. Yeah, up to 80 hours off of one charge. So that's pretty awesome. I like the click, I like the trigger buttons and all that. This is not analog, this is digital as well for anyone who wants to ask. So there's no analog on any of these, it's all digital buttons on the Wii U. So this is week 1 of the Wii U with DarkCloud19.3, your gaming tech. For questions, leave it in the comment section. Also like, subscribe, and comment. Also look for week 2. If there's anything I missed, oh yeah, the online. The online is awesome. The eShop is amazing. The Miiverse community is amazing. Connecting with your friends, there's no IDs anymore. I mean, there's no friend code. There's ID, and people, you can invite people from off the game, whatever you're playing online with. Pretty cool. Sending message, writing your message, drawing out your message. You get to see how cool different people are. You get to see how amazing artists is on Miiverse, because people are really amazing artists on there. They draw their little stuff and all that other good stuff. So again, this may change from week 1 to week 2, but right now the Wii U has its kinks, it has its stuff, there's little issues, and it may change in the next week or so. So again, stay tuned for week 2 of week 2 with DarkCloud19.3 or week 2 with Wii U. Again, like, subscribe, and comment. This is DC19.3, your gaming tech. Peace, people.